Welcome to the session reading of The Inspector of Schools Part 3. The master carries the school with him. In the previous session, we saw that the school has no building. It is a unique school, a shifting school, earth school. The situation is funnily ironical, yet disturbing. Where he goes, the school goes. Where the master goes, the school goes. As they stood wondering what to do, the peasants spotted a man with a hoe several fields away. Hoe is a digging tool used in the fields. A man was digging in the field. "Oi, media!" he shouted to him. The bent figure stopped hoeing and straightened. The sun was in his eyes. He shaded and looked. "Where is the school? Sahab from the city has come to see it." "School? The boys are near the sugarcane field. At least I saw them going that way in the morning." He yelled back. He yelled back. He shouted back. This was the answer the man hoeing in the field gave to the peasant on the bicycle. The sugarcane field was thick and rich. Thin stems of the plants with grey, green and maroon patches were topped by a mass of deep green rustling in the breeze. On the other side, there were more fields, ploughed and ready. They looked around. There was nothing there. Of course, it is the village life. There are wheat fields, there are sugarcane fields. He did say the sugarcane field. The peasant was puzzled. But when they reached the sugarcane field, there was no school. The farmer was again puzzled, confused. Yes, this was becoming tedious. It was becoming tiresome. Perhaps it is on the other side. They are searching for the school now. They still don't find it. Listen, you go and look, and when you find it, let me know, the inspector of schools said, mopping his brow. Mopping his brow means it is a sign of irritation. He is tensed and stressed. The peasant strode away, laying his bicycle nearby. The inspector of schools sat down on the path and looked at the brown earth and standing crop, the fading shades of green till they reached the clear blue sky. There was not a cloud in it. A few crows gawked in the distant trees. Some kites, lazy little dots, swam high in the sky, and a few birds shot past chirping. This story is full of scenes of village. Reading it gives you an experience of a small village in the Asian country. Fields, trees, blue sky, birds in the sky, crows gawking in the trees, kites, children flying kites. Soon there was a shout. He turned. The peasant running towards him was gesticulating. Gesticulating, he was making gestures and he was moving his hands to call the inspector. Maybe he has found the school now. He got up. His muscles felt stiff. He was out of shape and he knew it. This is the description of the schoolmaster. He is a fat man. His muscles are now stiff and hard. It's difficult for him to get up. He really must do something about sitting in the office, sitting in the jeep, sitting in the only chair in the schools he visited. This is an ironical explanation of the duty of the schoolmaster, that he is always sitting and he knows that he is always sitting. I have found it. The peasant was beaming. The peasant is now bright, excited, and enthusiastic about finding the school. He led the way into the field. The inspector of schools hesitated. He could be robbed. Now he's feeling a bit hesitant because the fields are lonely, the sugarcane field, and he feels that maybe somebody will rob him on the way and not a witness in the thicket. Thicket means bush. But the green tops of the canes cut at his face and his arms. He bent his arms before his face to see where he was going. The ground was hard. He stumbled several times. He followed the noisy, shaking stems to the center of the field. There, in a clearing among sugarcane stumps, about 40 students sat cross-legged on the ground. So, finally the search is over and they have now found the school. What happens in the school, we will see in the next session. Thank you.